We start today's Global Blog on Mr. Creepy's second trip to Vegas right after he cashed in the $500 freeze out. I promise you, by the end of this video, I'll tell you a 99.8% effective way to make money on your next trip to Vegas. All you have to do is copy these nonsense words from the description of this video, paste them in the comments section, and help us conquer the YouTube algorithm. I've run the simulations with a 99.8% success rate. There will be value in watching all the way through. Thanks very much for watching. Let's get started.
Have faith in the system because it does deliver.
To catch you up, in my last vlog the night before I cashed in the $500 freeze out, got a picture with TJ Reed and Jules Cornelius. I cashed slightly better than minimum. They cashed significantly better than me. The next morning, my wife, me, and her sister started the day searching for fun things to do on the Strip. If you've heard of Ripley's Believe It or Not or the Mystery Spot in Northern California, there's a similar place in Vegas called the Paradox Museum that's relatively cheap and fun and will entertain you for about an hour. For the three of us, it cost about $100 total. Later that night, I cashed again in a $200 nightly tournament that lasted until about 2 in the morning for me. And now I was trying to extend my Vegas WSOP win streak to 3 in a row. I am playing the $300 Gladiator Monster Stack Flight 1A. We're all going to fly home tomorrow. If I make day 2, I'm going to fly back in like 3 days and play it. Here's a weather report from outside the Rio in Vegas. It's about 100 degrees. So why is Mr. Creepy wearing a jacket? Because inside at the Horseshoe, up 2 escalators in the Province Room, it's about 62. We're on break. Started with 30,000 chips. I now have more. With the blinds 200, 400, I pick up pocket 9s. Middle position opens to 1100 and I call. And the big blind comes along as well. The flop is the world. 977, a full house. Here's the time to get paid. Checks to me, I check back. Turn is a queen of hearts opening up a flush draw. I bet $1,000 after it checks to me. They come along, and the river is the 8 of diamonds. The original raiser bets 3,000, and I raise to 7,000. The big blind folds. The original raiser tanks for a long time and calls. I show him a full house. He shows me a full house. Hit pocket 8s. Why I didn't get paid more, I don't know. Maybe I need to learn more about this game. A few hands later, same guy doesn't learn his lesson. I'm on the button. He raises to 1,000. I have pocket 3s. The flop is deuce 3 3. He bets 2,000. I call. The turn is a 4. He bets 3,000. I call. And the river's an ace. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. He checks. I say, I'm going to do something that looks really bluffy. I'm going to get paid this time. I bet 15,000. He tanks for a long time. And he folds. So I don't get paid as much as I should on that. I'm at break, 50,900. We've lost about 15% of the field in 2 hours. This is a good tournament on paper. Let's make it a good tournament in reality.
Have faith in the system.
The key to winning in poker all comes down to patience. Wait for the golden opportunity and take it. The same goes to a much larger extent on betting sports. If you can be patient, don't place a sports wager until you can create an advantage play in the right situation, so you can tilt the odds way in your favor. It happened on May 31st in a Yankees-Dodgers game, and it's about to happen again on June 26th, a day after this flight ends. Listen close. I'm only going over this once. It's the 7th inning in a blowout game. The common move for the team that's way behind is to have a position player pitch the last inning or two. Your goal is to bet big on the team leading the game to win by more than the current margin. This creates an advantage play, because the team leading will continue the game with a major league pitcher, while the team, the one that's way behind, will essentially be pitching me. That sets the table to test that theory out before the video is through. As a reminder, if you subscribe, I get to stay alive.
As we work towards the second break, I'd like to send a special shout out to a Bay Area poker player and friend of the Mr. Creepy Poker Vlog, Moshe Gavrieli, for winning a WSOP bracelet and over $200,000 in the $3,000 limit poker event that happened the day before this event started. Congrats, Moshe, and thank you for watching this far. As for me, I got greedy in a blind versus blind situation, shoved with ace-4, ran into pocket queens, and was down to 14,000 chips.
14K.
Soon afterwards, I flopped another set, this time sixes. The board ran awful, and I was OUT. The World Series of Poker $300 Gladiator Deep Stack Day 1A Bullet 2. Of course, if you don't first succeed, you can try again here, and that's what I'm doing. Maybe I learned something, maybe I didn't, but I do know that I'm no longer going to be in the freezing room upstairs at Horseshoe. I'm going to Paris. I don't have a room in Paris anymore, but I have a table in Paris. Let's see how it goes. We are on break in a world that does not make sense. 2 orbits in, I was under the gun, I limped with ace-king. Folded to the button, he raised to 3,600. The button seems like an intelligent individual. Maybe 2 other people at the table do. I'll get into that in a minute. Big blind called the 3,600 raise by the button, so I jammed for 30,000 chips. Button instant fold, and the big blind instant call. Pretty much folded after that. I have 62,500, I think, give or take. If you've never played poker before, or if you're really new to tournament poker, you all start with lower denominations of chips. In this case, 100s and 500s and 1,000s and 5,000 chips. And as the tournament goes on, some people bust out, and the people that are left have a lot of chips, and the blinds go up. So some chips are not useful anymore. In this case, we're doing our first color up. We're exchanging the $100 chips for $500 chips and larger denominations. Well, the guy that I beat with my ace-king against king-queen, he had, I would say, maybe 40,000 chips. Like 15,000 of them were 100 chips, and he didn't want to give them up because it looks like he had a lot of chips. And they had to explain to him, you know, we're not going to use the $100 chip. Oh, I don't want to do. So it seems like an easy table because this is kind of common, these mistakes. If I don't bluff, I know that I'm going to get a whole bunch of chips just playing ABC regular poker, or someone's going to call me with 7 high all the way down and I don't know, hit some sort of straight. Geez, made it to the next break, but for a minute there I thought it was going to be not going to happen. So I started with 63, folded through a couple orbits. New player came to the table, just sat down. I think, well, I know he had 33,000 chips. He raised to 12,000. I had jacks in the big blind. I ended up jamming. He had queens, and we traded stacks. Then I was down to 33. Folded. I was down to like 17 or 18. Then I picked up jacks. I shoved, and he called me. Same guy. He had ace jack that time. Nobody improved. And then I was at 34, 35, somewhere around there. At the third break of the tournament, 49,000. The average stack, I believe, is 80. So I'm a little short, but not dead. Coming back to 1,500, 3,000 blinds, and I believe they're going to move us to Horseshoe very soon. I moved to the Horseshoe from Paris with, I believe, 47,000 chips. I got blinded down to 37, and it was going to be kind of iffy if I make the money by getting blinded out. I picked up ace 10. I jammed all in. I got called by worse and by lesser. He hit the turn. I hit the river. I had 72,000. got to my highest chip total at 90K. At that point, the blinds were 3,000, 6,000, so it's 15,000 per orbit. And the money bubble was going to burst in about 45 minutes. I could have left, got blinded out, and made the money. And my mistake was I picked up pocket nines. And I said, okay, I'm going to make a move on this and try and pick up some blinds. Had I picked up the blinds, let's say I would have had 115,000. It's not going to make any difference because I'm going to make the money, then I'm going to get blinded out. Or somebody's going to call me and I'm going to win and I'm going to have 200,000 chips. Still not enough to ladder up any significant amount. Going forward, I'm going to pay attention to, I have the opportunity of min cashing. I should take that opportunity.
No.
Nice. 2 bullets spent, and the next times, I'm not going to risk it. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, let me know in the comments below, because it's a growing process for both you and me, and I appreciate hearing from you.
Have faith in the system.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I was playing that $200 event the night before, I went on break and put some money into a slot machine. That's when Moshi came by and showed me his winning bracelet. I hit the cash out button on my slot machine, put the $60 ticket in my pocket, and forgot all about it. That $60 ticket is going to end up being pretty significant in my life, but not in this vlog.
Have faith.
So here's the profit loss summary of the sports bets Mr. Creepy placed since he touched down in Vegas. And this was his profit heading back to the airport to board the plane home. Now, let's get into theory. A Major League Baseball team can put up big numbers against a non-Major League pitcher.
The Mariners will have a position player pitch the bottom half of the 8th inning, Miles Mastrobuoni.
Mr. Creepy placed 2 bets to test that theory with 3 possible outcomes. Things started off pretty well as the Twins immediately put the first batter on base, and it was obvious that this was turning into a very favorable situation.
I can't watch it, Corey. You can throw harder than 50 miles an hour. Just throw it over the plate.
Totally agree.
Like there. Just do that.
I need to interject a little here. I was waiting in an airport to board on Spirit while all this was going on. Talk about gambling. If I get my $1,800 win, that would put me up $5,000 for this trip, and I could play the WSOP main event the following week. No, I don't have the bankroll to risk a $10,000 buy-in, but I can muster up another $5K to play. A swinging bunt moved the runners over, and now all I needed was essentially a long fly ball in a slow-pitch softball game. That sac fly didn't come, and just for a little more stress with 2 outs, I'm now boarding the plane.
When the game announcers start making comments, you know the theory is correct.
I don't know. We've had this conversation. How you end this?
The only answer is a white flag, game over, but I know that's not fair to the fans.
What you don't know about is the execution.
And Jeffers, a 4-pitch walk.
So, here we are, bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes, and my major league batter against the guy who drew the short straw. Oh my God, this picture looks so good. I'm going to pause the video in about 5 seconds so you can tell me in the comments what you think is about to happen. You'll see if you're right in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And he does.
Rosarena will grab it, and the inning ends. Twins lead 3.
With one option now gone, all Mr. Creepy needs was a hold for a small profit. And things looked pretty good when the first batter grounded out on the 3rd pitch. The next batter lasted longer, worked the count full, and walked back to the dugout.
Strike 3.
And it was smooth sailing for Mr. Creepy.
1 count, 2 cancel.
Down to his last strike, the 3rd batter of the inning worked the count full before singling up the middle. There's always the swipe, right? Another batter, another dribbler, and now they're on the corners with 2 outs. If you hadn't noticed, it rained all day in Minnesota on this day, and the players were playing in slop. Let's land this plane safely and have a safe drive home.
I've waited here a long time. To the right side, Clemens can't make the play. A run is in. No shutout today. It's 10-1.